Hi everybody, I'm here to announce that it is going to be a super fun day in my studio because I am going to cut up this quilt today. And I'm going to do it because it wasn't as effective as I wanted it to be. There's a lot of really great elements, I think, in the quilt, and it was a lot of fun to make. But just overall, as like a full composition, it's just not as effective as it could be. But it could be something better. I made this from the leftover pieces, and I think that this is a very nice little composition, and it allows you to just kind of focus on not 4,000 pieces, but maybe 40 at a time. And it's just a really much more of an effective way to look at this kind of composition. I've done this with some other pieces as well. This is some leftover pieces from my Vertebrae 5 quilt. And this is leftover pieces from my Vertebrae 8 quilt. And they're just a lot of fun. And it's a nice way to focus on a smaller composition, just take in a little bit of this piecework at a time and have something, you know, not massive to hang on the wall. So I'm going to pick out a few spots on this quilt with my blue tape, and that'll allow me, by marking it out, it'll allow me to look at that smaller composition and think about how effective it would be wrapped around one of these canvases. I also like to use, I can't think of what they're called at the moment. They're just wood instead of having the canvas wrapped around them. It's not just the frame though, it's like a piece of wood on the top too. And those are really great because you don't have the canvas also wrapped around the frame. So you're not adding that extra layer of bulk. So it's not canvas then quilt. It's just the quilt that's on there. So I'm going to start with this top area here. I really like this section of the quilt. And I'm just going to mark out what I think would be a nice spot to cut up and focus on as a smaller piece. This area over here is really nice too. So now you can see how effective that's going to be as a smaller piece, and this blue tape gives you a way to look at it and just see kind of that portion. There's a couple of different ways to wrap canvases. I mean, there's probably 100 ways to wrap canvases or wrap quilts around a canvas, but the method that I normally use is I'm not starting with the whole piece. So I normally just put batting on the part that's going to be on the front, and then the sides don't have batting, so they don't have that extra bulk to them. But since this is already quilted, it's already got batting, so I might add extra fabric here so that it's not bulky. And then some of them I might still add the like leave the quilt on the sides, because this one might be really cool. It might be really cool to see this extra portion down at the bottom here wrapped around the side of the frame. That might be a nice like look to have on the wall. Obviously I can't do that up here because I'm running off the edge, so I'll definitely have to add a piece of fabric up here to make that wrap happen. But I'm just going to continue to pick out some spots on this quilt, and then I'm going to cut it up, which can be kind of scary, cutting into a perfectly good quilt, and then I'll wrap them. So I'll have more videos soon. Thanks.